NHADCH 15.1 The Hero's Long Absence, Last Part. The second Sunday of spring break has arrived. Alfred should return soon. Since he said that he'd come back 2 weeks, he should arrive at the church today or tomorrow. But the Sunday passes and there's still no sight of Alfred. Maybe he'll be back tomorrow. Monday soon rolls by. It's been raining since the morning. The kids can't go outside, so they play in the church's large dining room. They make paper planes using the sheets of documents I no longer have a use for, trying the best to fly them around the room. Like how I taught them, the children made several types of paper airplanes. Smiles on the faces, they seem to be having a lot of fun. But Alfred still has yet to return. Tuesday. There are only 5 days left on spring break. Because it's sunny outside, I take a trip to the southwestern part of the village to inspect and sketch the area. I think I'll quickly go home today. According to Loendl, it may rain in the evening. And as he predicts, clouds quickly stretch through the skies a few hours past noon. So I decide to call it a day. On my way home, I make a detour to the church. Just to check on something. I still see no sight of Alfred. I wondered what happened, Marie says while tilting her head. Maybe he'll come back tomorrow. I'm sure he's late because he's helping out in the ranch. She smiles. Is that the case? Really? I return to the carriage. Sitting in the driver's seat, Shurio furrows his brow as he looks to my direction. Young master, are you all right? You look like you're very tired. Really? I'm fine, though. I'm all right. When I step on the ramp to the carriage, my foot slips. Why, young master? Shurio quickly jumps from his seat and catches me. How embarrassing. I have to steady myself. I'm just a little dizzy just now. I'm all right. Even though I say it's fine, Shurio still frowns. I wonder why. It's not an issue since the dizziness only lasts for a moment. The headache disappears as quickly as it appears. I try to stand, but Shurio stops me. Shurio. Young master. Let's take a little rest at the church, okay? Young master will feel more relieved there, right? Relieved. Yes. Young master is currently worrying about someone, right? Shurio beams at me, and judging from his face he understands my concerns. What do you mean, worrying about someone? How do you expect me to respond to that? And why are you grinning? I don't really feel that way. I will inform the guards, so just take a rest, says Shurio. I will also stay here. Please call me if you need anything. Yeah, I think that'll be the best course of action, Lian-sama, said Marie, her face the picture of worry. She cups my cheek with her thin, small hand. Since when did she get here? Oh, your face is so pale. Do you want to drink some warm tea? I'll prepare delicious tea for you. That's right, are you hungry? I shake my head. I really don't need anything, my appetite non-existent. In fact, I feel a bit nauseous. Even after taking medicine, I don't feel any better. Some nights, I have trouble falling asleep. And even if I do, it's a light kind of sleep, the kind where I'll wake up soon after. Once awake, I can't fall asleep for a while. The day after my run with insomnia, I'll feel like something bad is going to happen. I've no idea what causes this. Usually, after enduring this unpleasant feeling for 2 to 3 days, it'll pass. This time, however, is different. The duration of the feeling stretches on. Smiling, Marie pats my back. It's okay. Alfred will surely come back tomorrow. Really? Back then, the nurse also said that. It's okay. He'll get better soon, and then both of you can go home. Then she smiled. But in the end, my grandfather never returned home. Spring, a season where many gentle lies roll by like a breeze. Because people lie to me, I also lie to others to maintain that false reality. That's why I hate lying. Too many lies spill from my mouth. Little by little, I lose track of the truth. I can't help but to perceive what everyone tells me is a lie. I'm sure words spoken without any grounds, words like Marie's, form a lie too. All to hide the truth. For some reason, Marie and Shurio keep pushing me inside without waiting for my response, so I decide to give in. Take a short rest at the church. I'm not in the mood to eat anything in particular, so I tell Marie I'll be taking a nap. Marie offers me Alfred's room. I thank her, quickly heading to his room. I can't help but laugh a little as I enter his room. It's empty as usual. Can't he store at least a few books here? If it's just books, he should be able to afford some with his part-time job, right? But books are heavy. He probably thinks that once he leaves this place, he'll struggle with carrying them as luggage. That's why he refrains from buying any. I'm in a lazy sort of mood, so I sit down on a chair facing the window. Stare outside. It's pitch black beyond the window pane. I can hear the sound of the rain. Neither loud nor soft. At last, it finally begins to rain just as Loendl predicts. Now that I think about it, the day my grandfather died, it also rained. It happened during the morning, his face peaceful as though he was still sleeping. Why does bad news always arrive in the morning? Both my grandfather and Sander died during the morning. I'm sure that bad news will also. I quickly smother the ember of fear in my heart. He promised he'd return. He promised it'd turn out fine. I turn off the lamp on the desk and remove my jacket. After draping it over a chair, I lie down on the bed. The bedsheet smells of sundust. My head feels dizzy. Maybe everyone's right. Maybe I really am tired. Perhaps I've been working too hard these days. Still, I don't think that's it either. I've done things as usual. But somehow I feel that my head is not working like it's supposed to. When I try to think, there are a thick fog in my mind. After a while, I feel drowsy. I shut my eyes. Although I don't feel sad, tears flow out of the corners of my eyes. I can't get them to stop rubbing at my eyes repeatedly. Why are you crying? The familiar voice causes me to swiftly open my eyes. Since when did he arrive? Alfred stands in the middle of the room, staring straight at me. I can't feel his presence. I haven't heard any footsteps either. Or anything else. Neither my breathing nor the rain. Ah, I get it. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Maybe this is a dream. In the past, I had a similar sort of dream. My grandfather stood before me, the red from his cheeks illustrating his good health. He smiled at me, telling me he had to go first. To not follow him but rather live a peaceful life. Then, he left the room. Is Alfred like my grandfather? Did he also pass away? Did he also leave me behind? No. Leanne. No, please don't leave me behind. I don't want to be left behind anymore. I will also go follow you, so. As I reach out toward him, he approaches me. I manage to lift my heavy body, and I grab on Alfred's shirt desperately. Bring me along. Please don't leave me alone. A strange expression slides across Alfred's face. Even so, he sits down next to me and wraps my body in a tight embrace. I'll go, together with Alfred. Bring me along. I don't want to be left behind anymore, I don't want to be alone. I no longer care about my appearance. Even though I'm already an adult, I cling to him desperately, crying like a child. Because, if I release my hold on him now, he will definitely leave me. Again. NHADCH 15.2. Leanne. Bring me along, I beg you, I will go together with you, so bring me along, I don't want to be left behind, never again. Alfred pats my back gently, like what Marie does when she tries to calm down kids who are distressed. All right, I get it already. I'll take you along with me. Really? Yeah, you'll stay with me. Always together, why you won't leave me behind. Yeah, I won't leave you behind. Promise. I promise you. So don't cry anymore. Don't lie. I'm not lying to you. I can even swear it if you want. If I ever need to go somewhere far away, then I will definitely take you along. You're telling the truth. Why, you're not lying to me. Yeah, I'm not. Really. Alfred nods while looking at me. His eyes don't seem like that of those telling white lies, dull with a thin layer of haze. Instead, it's a clear blue, the same color of the sky that stretches above. Ah, I'm glad. Alfred won't lie to me. I won't be left behind anymore. I finally feel relieved. He strokes my head with his large hand, and I'm immersed in nostalgia as I close my eyes. Then I feel his soft lips press upon my eyebrow. The warm to the touch and make me feel at ease. He kisses my forehead, cheeks, eyes, ears. Sneaks some on my nose and neck too. It feels ticklish, and I can't help but let out a laugh. My eyes burst open, and I catch sight of Alfred joining me in laughter. For some reason, large bubbles of joy expand in my chest. It's a strange feeling, but it'll be wrong to call it unpleasant. So in the spirit of happiness, I give him a gift in return. I place a kiss on his nose and cheeks. Alfred's eyes pop before narrowing again in joy. How unusual. No, this may be the first time I've seen him that happy. I can't help but blush a little, embarrassed as I smile. This time, his lips fall upon my own. Again and again he rains kisses on me. I can't sit still and we collapse onto the bed. He still doesn't stop, however. I'm starting to find it hard to breathe. Al, wait, it's painful. Suddenly, a warm hand brushes my stomach and back. The warmth is both comfortable and ticklish, and I once again laugh. Alfrey, wait, it tickle, you. His lips move from my lips to my neck, then trail down to my chest. Those slightly wet lips caress my skin without end. With each kiss, his hair brushes against my skin as well. It's ticklish. Then he trails down even more. He sucks the skin of my belly vigorously. Shivers run down my skin despite the fact the room isn't cold, and I grab onto Alfred's hair. His hands and lips feel hot and comfortable. It makes me breathless. Somehow, I feel somewhat sleepy. A yawn escapes from my lips. Alfred stops what he's doing, lifting his face. Leanne. He's looking straight at me with those clear, sky blue eyes, his gaze full of unsaid words. Although I want to return his gaze, my eyes feel heavy, and I can't keep them open anymore. I let out another yawn, getting more and more sleepy. Sleepy. Hey, wait. Don't sleep. Sybil. Wait a minute. Even if you ask me to wait. I can't. For the first time in a few days, a wave of drowsiness crashes upon my form. And it's one that packs a punch. Which makes sense, since I've had trouble sleeping lately. However, I want to secure this comfortable warmth, so I wrap my arms around Alfred's shoulders in an embrace. His warmth slowly transmits to my cold body, and it feels very pleasant. With each breath I take, the scent of sunshine tackles my senses. Reminds me of the smell of fresh laundry. As a child, I loved sleeping in a pile of fresh laundry. Alfred smells somewhat like that. It really calms me down, my most favorite scent. Not to mention, it's also very warm. Feels good. NGH, saying such things, are you trying to excite me here? Or at least that's what I think Alfred says. I may have missed some things, since he's basically mumbling at this point. Once again, I can't keep a yawn from escaping. No good. I can't stay awake anymore. Yet even asleep, I don't wish for Alfred to leave me. Eyes shut, I let my arms fall from around Alfred's shoulders, bringing them to his shirt, no matter how heavy and tired they are. Once I find it, I grip hard to his shirt. As my consciousness continues to fade, I faintly hear Alfred's voice. He's telling me stay awake. He should be right next to me, his warmth wrapping around me like a cocoon, yet his voice sounds so far away. How strange. But it can't be helped. I'm at my wit's end. It's inevitable I'll fall asleep. Like how gravity is inevitable. Or so I'd say if I can actually move my body anymore. Alfred sighs faintly. Then I eventually surrender to slumber. There's a slight sensation by my eyebrows. For some reason, it feels warm. So comfortably warm. As my eyelids flit open, a familiar cotton shirt comes to view. Lifting my head a bit, I catch sight of glittering blonde locks and a face too handsome. I can also hear his breathing, albeit so fly. What kind of situation is this? My chest feels a bit cold, so I look down. All of my shirt's buttons are undone. My pants are also pulled down, so much that the beginning of my underwear can be seen. Eesh. I quickly rebutton my shirt. What is this? Why? Wait a minute. What actually happened? But most importantly, since when did Alfred return home? I'm petrified. No way. It must have been a dream. Yeah, definitely. It is closer to a nightmare. I should purge it from my mind as soon as possible. My actions then were completely out of my reasoning. Yes, I must have been a bit crazy yesterday. Definitely. I thought Alfred had died. Seeing the rise and fall of his chest, I let escape a sigh of relief. That's right. I wonder what's the reason for my uneasiness. Since he is the future hero, there's no way he'll die in such a place, right? I brush my fingers over his skin. It indeed feels warm. He's alive. I'm glad. Like he promised, he really did return. This is not a dream. Maybe it's because I cried too much yesterday, but my eyes still feel hot. So I rub them with the back of my hand. You're crying again. From his voice, Alfred seems to be baffled. He sighs above me. I lift my face. His eyes are barely open, sleep hanging from his lashes as he stares at me. I'm not crying. I see. I'm really not. My eyes are red since they're irritated. I see, said Alfred, laughing. Then he pats my head. Also, you're at fault too, okay. You just popped up in the middle of the room without saying anything. I was surprised, you know. At least let people know you're home when you are. I thought that you. I swallow the words threatening to spill from my lips. I thought that you died like my grandfather, that your last words to me would become our farewell. No, I just didn't want to bother you by waking you up. So I hid my presence as I entered the room to check your condition. Were you that surprised? My strength gradually fades and I cover my face with both hands. So that's what happened. In order to vent my pent-up frustration, I hit the body before me. The body that is now larger than mine. Ouch. Now my hand hurts. I feel even more annoyed. This idiot. Where do you get those hard muscles? Give them to me. Stupid idiot. You're really misleading me, you know. I see. Stop saying, I see. Seriously. Feeling weak, I bury my face in the sheets. Alfred laughs. This whole situation isn't funny though. NHADCH 15.4. I didn't agree to doing it in 2 years. It was just a slip of the tongue. NN. What's with that grunt? Do you understand what I am saying? NN. What's with that irresponsible and half-hearted reply? Are you really listening to me? I'm begging you, please listen. Alfred's currently lying down beside me, playing with my hair as he pleases. I don't understand what's so fun about that. Also, don't touch my hair. Well, it's not as scary as being pinned down. I mean, this is a bit better, but. Hey, I'm hungry. I didn't actually eat dinner yesterday. Is that so? Yeah, you're also hungry, right? Let's eat breakfast together. Alfred quickly rises from the bed, hopping off. Are you going barefoot? At least wear slippers. He turns toward me, and with no regard to how I feel, grabs my wrist. You too, wake you. But he stops as soon as I pull back my arm. He stares at my wrist and frowns. What? Have you gotten thinner? Have you been eating properly? I have. How rude. Really. That's not the way I see it though. I haven't lost any weight. It's just your imagination. This is normal. You're the one who's too big. I see. Come on, Leanne. Let's go. As I wonder whether he listened to me, Alfred pulls my hand with a smile. This is the usual Alfred. Oh okay, I nod, feeling relieved. I shake off the last remnants of drowsiness as I sit all the way up and put on my shoes. Before we step out, fix your shirt. My shirt. Your shirt's unbuttoned all the way, it's really tempting me. When I look downwards to the front of my shirt, the buttons really are unbuttoned all the way. I quickly do as he says before summoning all my strength and punching Alfred's stomach. It's so hard. Damn, this infuriating idiot. Swap your body with mine. Stupid idiot. Aren't you the one who undid my buttons? Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Finally, the long spring break comes to an end. Once the 3 bullies return to the village, classes start. We are also back to our routine. And every Saturday, I still visit the church. Sometimes, I will encounter Alfred as I'm heading back home from there. Anyway, today is Saturday. Upon arriving at the church gates, I come across Alfred who's just about to leave for his part-time job. As soon as he lays eyes on me, a smile forms on his lips. He approaches me. At this point there's no place for me to run, so I just stand there and wait for what's to come. Good morning, Leanne. You're earlier than usual today. Gee, good morning. Why you two? Going to your part-time job? Yeah. He quickly stands up straight front of me. Because he's so close, I can't bring myself to raise my head and avert my gaze by looking down. Then, Alfred grabs my wrist. Hey, what? My field of view suddenly shrinks, Alfred pressing his cheek against mine. It's slightly cold to the touch. He does the same to my other cheek. He does it so suddenly that I stiffen, and when I finally come to my senses, I recoil in a jump. What are you doing? I was just thinking about getting the blessing from you. Stop. What are you saying, you idiot? Why, you're only going to your part-time job, right? Why would you need a blessing, just for that? Also, you can't do it so suddenly, you know. Is that so? That's right. Go learn it from Marie-sama one more time. Alfred laughs out loud. He looks as if he is having fun. But he's totally not reflecting upon what I said. Then, I'm off. Jeju, just leave already. Before he leaves, Alfred lets me know that he'll be returning home before dinner. After I send off his laughing self, I sigh. For some reason, he's been doing things like this more often these days. Touching me and shortening the distance between us. And without a warning too. When he does this, I'm at a loss. Sometimes, a strange, subtle, and indescribable feeling envelopes me. It makes me second guess myself. As if not running away from Alfred's advances is somehow okay. Ah crap, I'm in huge trouble now. And then there's that bit about our promise to not leave each other. The promise made under slightly dubious consent. No matter how I think about it, it's bad, right? In a lot of meanings. It's totally bad to the nth degree. Even asking Alfred about his intentions back then is a bad idea. That's why I'm careful not to touch on that matter day after day. That's why I'm cracking down on that strange, subtle, and indescribable feeling. Oh, Leanne Sama. Good morning. Isn't the weather great today? Says Marie as she leaves the back door of the church, a bucket held in each hand. She approaches me, cheeks dyed in a shade of apple, and greets me energetically. Good morning, I reply. Oh my, what happened? You look upset. Don't ruin your cute face with that expression. If you have any trouble, you can just tell me. I will always be here to hear it. What do you mean with cute? Please stop describing me the same way my perverted elder brother does. In fact, I request a correction from you. I sigh. Marie Sama, things just haven't been going as planned. Well, that might be so, but every cloud has a silver lining. Silver lining. Yeah, I mean, if things aren't going as planned, then that means you can change the course as much as you want, doesn't it? The sheer absurdity of her words almost caused me to lose my balance. Marie Sama is optimistic as usual, eh? I'm jealous. He. I mean, even if you think about it pessimistically, it won't really change anything. Well, that's certainly right, though. It's because Leanne Sama is thinking about it too much. You should be more cute, is that it? Well, I don't really know if I said it right, but you should be more like that. Really? Yes. Then she breaks into a laugh. All of a sudden, I feel stupid for overthinking things. A small sigh leaves my lips and I somehow manage to smile at Marie.